Hey, before we dive into today's episode, we want to tell you about something we created just for you.
It's called The Beginning. It's a mini audio course, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Not a finish line, not a transformation overnight, just a starting point.
Because here's the thing, you don't have a motivation problem, you have a nervous system problem. And that's what this course actually addresses.
It walks you through awareness, emotions, nervous system regulation, boundaries, trust, the real foundations, the stuff that has to come first before anything else can stick.
It's the 1% shift. You go from a zero to a one, and from a one, everything else becomes possible.
You don't need to be ready. You don't need to have it together. You just need to be willing to take one small step back to yourself.
The link is in the show notes. Go check out the beginning.
We're waiting for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Heal Yourself podcast. And today I got Kira and Denise. And Denise had the idea for the topic, sort of. Sort of. Guys, this is where we're at some weeks. This is real. This is raw. We're like, what are we talking about?
And then we came up with the when shit gets hard. Because first we started like when life gives you lemons. You
I'm like,
make mar you make margaritas.
and I
And
was
then
like, end
Kira,
of episode.
yeah, you just go make yourself some margaritas. And then we just started talking about because okay, so because the shit is going to get hard,
It always does. Like, we
right?
can't, there's going to be seasons of life where it's like, this is awful.
Absolutely. And I was just telling you earlier that we truly do stand in our own way.
Yeah.
It's us. And then when the shit gets hard, we stand in our way even harder
Yeah.
because we continue finding, because that's the thing too, I feel that our mind and our brain, which is meant to which is meant to help us survive, will come up with all the evidence like, wait, see, look at this, look at this, look at this. And then we do see the evidence in front of us and step away from what is the truth really. And we could just keep standing in our own way until we just sometimes hopefully realize, and some people continue standing in their own way and they don't do anything about it. But it's
Yeah.
it's realizing that, you know?
It is. And, when you say we're in our own way, we are. And the thing is we as humans love to blame circumstances, and that circumstance could be another person, right? Well, my relationship failed because of you. And it's like, well, but it takes two to tango. Or I don't have enough money because, the world has gone to shit, or you know what I mean, because of tariffs. And it's like, well, but no, like we blame our circumstances when in reality it does come back to us. What are our beliefs? What are our values? What are the stories we tell ourselves on a day-to-day basis? And so it's like, oh my gosh, stuff's getting even harder. So now I'm going to blame other things. When in reality, if we would look at ourselves and be like, okay, what can I do to improve this situation? Even though it's insanely hard, things will improve, but we don't do that. It's, oh my gosh, this is so bad. I'm going to blame XYZ.
Right. But you got to stick with it. So when you
Well,
ask
yeah.
this question, because I have been asking this question recently, like every time I get upset with something or someone or a situation or a life experience, I have been journaling. Like I sit in silence and I journal, like, where am I playing a part in this? But then again, sometimes it's like you don't want to even look at it
Yeah.
because it is really looking within. And so sometimes when this shit, so I want to give you permission that one time, sometimes when the shit is hard, I'm not saying point the finger, but it's okay to step away from it
Hmm.
instead of continue. Because I know that you and I always say, look within, ask where am I playing in the situation or what role am I playing, etc. However, sometimes this is just getting too overwhelming and you need grounding. So what you do is just literally step away. So for example, I was going through some rough time this week, and I was just like crying, and it was just, and I'm journaling like, what role am I playing in this, and da da da. But I was just like, fuck it, I don't want to look at it now. So
Hmm.
I stepped away, read a book, or watched something completely like funny and stupid or whatever. So you're stepping away from that problem, but it's not denial, it is grounding yourself so you can come back and truly look at it from a different lens, right? So the example I also give too is with my own clients. So for example, if someone, if we have a kiddo throwing a tantrum, there is no teaching happening, there's no learning, right? We have to go back to our regulation, to our grounding, to our homeostasis, and then we move on. And I tell the parents all the time, because sometimes they're like, they don't know what we're doing. And I always say, even the playing is intentional, because we are getting to a point of sensory regulation. Because when I have a kiddo not cooperating with me, I can't just say, well, sit down,
Mm.
you got to do this, because no one is doing this.
Yeah.
And everyone's getting frustrated.
Yeah. And that's how it is with ourselves. But that's the thing, you're not blaming the circumstance. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, I'm stepping away for the moment. This is what I'm dealing with, and that's okay. Then I can come back when I'm more regulated and look within, and I can look at, okay, what role am I playing in this? Or how, what lessons am I supposed to be learning from this situation? Versus so many people that get stuck in the blame game and the victim mentality, which is never going to serve us. And yeah, it's uncomfortable, right? We will always say that. Anything looking inward is going to be uncomfortable. The body's always going to try to keep you safe. And so it wants you to keep whatever those patterns are, even if they're not serving you. So it is a good thing. In fact, I heard this from a coach we've interviewed, Lisa Carpenter. If you guys have not listened to her episode, it was one of my all-time favorite episodes. I don't remember which one, but go look for the one with Lisa Carpenter, seriously. Um, but she was saying on a coaching call the other day, if you are not uncomfortable making decisions and going throughout your day, you're not doing things right. You've got to be uncomfortable to be the person that you want to be, to achieve the things you want to achieve. You can't stay in the same place. You got to be freaking uncomfortable. So the same thing goes with this. Like, shit's getting hard, fine. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Step away, sure, but stop blaming everyone and everything and look within.
Yeah. I mean, it is uncomfortable, and it's not fun. Yeah, I was
You're like,
gonna
yeah.
say something, and I'm like, oh my goodness, because you're right. Like the body will definitely go to the comfort,
Hmm.
and we find evidence. See, I'm happier now. When in fact you're not happier. It's just you went back to the familiar, and the
Yeah.
familiar is comfortable, and the comfortable is quote unquote happy. But I don't think it's really happy. It's just the status quo, right? So with anything in life. And I don't know. This year has been, well, since 2025, and now everything I've been doing is just so uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Like the other day, I just went because I'm running a program in the summer, and I literally went door to door, but not door
Oh
to
my
door
God.
to the neighbors. But I went to a coffee shop because I had talked to the lady about it, so she knew I was going, right? But then there were several places next to it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable going in and asking them if they want to leave, if I can leave my flyer. But I'm like,
Hmm.
screw this,
Yeah.
whatever. And I just went in, and I'm like, worst case, they're gonna say no. And then the first few times I was really uncomfortable, and I felt my energy. So I'm like, Denise, they feel your energy. So I had to give myself a pep talk. I'm like, you walk in, I'm the owner of this, and this, blah, blah, blah. So by that time, I just got a little bit more comfortable with the uncomfortable. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah. So just get comfortable with the uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and
She
it becomes comfortable.
It does. She used the analogy of like new shoes, right? You put on your new shoes, they're a little bit uncomfortable, you got to break them in. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Break in whatever this uncomfortable is, and it'll become more comfortable.
Yeah. And then you move on to the next one, because you don't
Exactly.
want this to be really
And now you got your
comfortable
new
too.
shoes on again.
Exactly. You get right, because you don't just get one pair of shoe, right?
Not
You have
Denise.
several, huh?
I said, not Denise.
Yeah, you have several, right? So yeah, it is.
And that this can be applied to anything, right? Like you're talking about business. I'm like, yes, like you could, anybody in business is going to be uncomfortable at times of like, I don't want to go live on social media. Suck it up. But like for me, I'm in a totally different state right now. And I just did a real, for the podcast, my uncomfortable space is allowing myself space. Like that's very uncomfortable for me. I'm so used to being busy. I mean, for years, decades, I worked and it was like it wasn't just, oh, I work a little bit. I was a teacher. You know how teachers are. Like they're 50-hour work weeks and then I had to grade essays and do lesson planning and stuff piled up and it was never like I was completely off. And then even in my own business, I was contracting with a doctor. It got very busy. And so now things have slowed down and it's like I've tried to find stuff to make myself more busy, even though I know it's not healthy. It's what my nervous system thinks is safe. So I've been forcing myself to paint and forcing myself to read. And as funny as it sounds, it's very uncomfortable for me. But, you
Yeah,
know,
because it's uncomfortable for you to sit still
it is. And that's the thing. I
because you
recognize,
associate success probably with busyness
yes,
or productivity with busyness
yes,
being on the go,
yeah.
which which I am too. Yesterday, I forced myself to sit down and read, and then I took a nap because the book is a little boring, and I need to finish it. But whatever, that's a different story. It's for a book club, so that's why I'm trying to stick with it. But anyway, so yeah, I think it's just also you're forcing yourself to be still because you don't know how to do that. It's really uncomfortable for you.
It is. And that's the thing. It goes back to we're in our own way too, of like, I wouldn't say it's stuff's hard right now. You know what I mean? Like you guys know if you've listened to the podcast, what I went through, beginning of the year, that was a little bit rough. It wasn't the end of the world. I got through it, but now this is just a different stage of rough. Like it's such a funny thing to say because anyone looking from the outside in would be like, "What are you're stressed because you're not working much?" Like, "What?" But it is.
I get it, but it's all exactly like people are gonna be, oh, you're blessed to have this problem, right?
Exactly.
I get that, and I'm sure you see it,
I
and that's the
do.
thing too. It's like sometimes I call them when I'm joking around. I say these are first world
Yes,
problems.
my husband says it too.
Yeah,
Or
and
beyond white people problems, he says.
however, it is an issue for you, right? And it is something that, and who am I to say, well, that's not something to worry about, right? Or someone else. So I think this is where also we go into the whole comparison. Maybe we need to talk about the comparisonitis
Yeah.
syndrome one time. And this is something that you're feeling. So your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
So that is not cool for someone or anybody to come from the outside and say, well, your issue is nothing compared to this. But you're going through it. You're going through the
Mm.
discomfort. You're going through something that is difficult for you, right? Because we all have different life experiences, different upbringings. You're difficult. Maybe what you're going through can be easy peasy for somebody else, and what they're going through can be easy peasy for you, right? So that's
Yep.
where perspective comes in and truly respecting people's journeys and not comparing
Yeah.
at all, at all.
Well, and I know we've kind of merged several topics together, and sometimes that's, the best
It's
thing.
okay. That's what happens.
But I also like as we get back into the doing hard stuff too and interpretation. So I won't get into the super specifics of it, but I was just talking to a patient before we hit record who is dealing with a lot. Her husband has Alzheimer's, her dad has dementia. Like, basically, she's got a crap ton going on. How do you get through that? You just do, right? You just do. Um, and I think it's important to hear that, like you will make it through these things. These hard things are happening. What can you learn along the way? And what are you doing for yourself? Because that's the big piece. And that's honestly, that's been the theme of the day, talking to patients of like, what are you doing for yourself? Nothing? You're doing nothing for yourself. You have to do things for you. You have to fill your cup, whatever that is, because those hard things don't just go away, right? Like then I feel like you're in that vibration of hard crap and more hard comes and more hard comes. It's like, how do you make things light? How do you, as Denise says, approach things with love?
Yeah, and whatever love looks for you, whatever love means for
Hmm.
you, right? And because it means differently for everybody else. When you mentioned this, it reminds me of something that I saw yesterday. Actually, I started seeing it last week and I looked her up real quick. So Jay Shetty was interviewing this influencer and she was talking about losing her son. So I don't know her. And I don't listen to his podcast, but sometimes it appears on my Instagram or
Hmm.
TikTok. So I just looked her up real quick, and I guess she looks really young, and she has a newborn, and she her son drowned while her husband was watching the kids, and she's talking about how like she forgave him and all that. So then I started looking at her and I was like, she's still like doing this whole influencing things. And then yesterday, instead of like, because I know the comments would be like, how are you grieving? This is stupid, whatever. How can you still show up? And to me, I was like, first I was like, oh my goodness, like, oh, but then I was like, you know what? But maybe that's her way. Like, I'm like, good for
Maybe
you.
that's her
You're able.
coping. Maybe it's
Yeah.
what brings her the joy right now.
Yes. And I was like, you know what? Good for you that you're
Mhm.
able to do that. Like, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I didn't go through whole like, because I'm sure some of the comments were, and I didn't read all of the
I'm
comments, but
sure they're crap.
she has like,
Judgment, our episode on
yeah.
judgment.
Yeah. She has 2.5 million followers. So I'm
Wow.
sure people have, opinions. Um, but then I was like, you know what? Good for her that this is her way of doing it. It may not be my way. It may not be your way. It may not be someone else's way, but who are we to judge? And that's really important thing is like also when someone's going, because I'm also talking about you, because your hard stuff to somebody else is looking to be like, Kira, really, is this really hard? Like
It's
you're painting right
not
now.
hard, but it's uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, uncomfortable. This is really uncomfortable, but that's the thing. It's like to you, it truly is, and it is a
Hmm.
thing, right? So we also, as if we're coming from love, we are respecting your journey because this is your discomfort. And
Yeah.
that's okay because it might not be someone else's discomfort, and that is also okay.
Yeah.
We definitely need to compare, not compare. What is it called?
Yeah.
Comparisonitis.
Comparisonitis.
Yeah, we need to do that. But
We
yeah,
do.
it's really important to also understand and be like, yeah, that is her
Yeah. And
uncomfortable.
that's the thing. This is just the stage I'm at in my own healing journey is recognizing like you need to learn to slow down. You need to bring in the daily joy, the things that we talk about on the podcast and the things I talk about with clients and patients every day. And I'm like, wait, where's mine? Where's my daily joy? Where am I filling my cup? Like, you know, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So just be uncomfortable, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I think this is the until it becomes comfortable and then we move on to the
Mm,
next one. Because I don't think we come to this lifetime to just stay status quo. We're coming to grow and just the growing pains of the body, right? Like you feel you actual feel the pain when you're growing. I didn't think, I don't think I felt them
I
because
don't know if I felt growing pains.
I didn't grow too much.
Denise is short.
I'm very
I
short,
don't know
but
if
I
I felt them,
remember
but
my son going through it because I even went to the doctor. I'm like, what? He's like, he's growing, Denise. That's why.
yeah, some people.
Yeah, same. My daughter too. I remember both of them experienced it. So it's just like your physical body feels the pain when you are actually growing. Same thing. And growth doesn't just end, it just keeps going.
Hmm.
And it is really important to whatever situation is become comfortable with the uncomfortable. And sometimes it's okay to put yourself through uncomfortable situations to see what also you can handle and where you want to look within even more. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, we can't really handle some things and it's like, oh, this is too uncomfortable, and little by little you can become comfortable with it.
Yeah. And just knowing like we're all going to go through those hard times, right? We're always going to be handed lemons in life, and it is what it is. And you have a couple choices, but we hope that you choose the choice where it's like, okay, maybe I'm not going to make a margarita, but maybe I'll make some lemonade. And maybe I'm going to take with it some lessons. You know, that's the big thing is when you're going through these hard times in life, don't just let them be hard. Don't just, look at the circumstance, but look at, okay, this thing I'm going through is really challenging, whatever it might be, from the extreme to the non extreme. But what am I supposed to learn in this situation? If you can always come back and ask yourself that, and always do what Denise said, either step away or do something for yourself to fill your cup, you will get through it. I promise you. Yeah.
Hmm.
You're like,
I think this is it for us.
yeah.
What is our mantra?
I have no idea. Um, Going
Something
gets
about
tough.
the uncomfortable.
Um, Gosh, something like it's okay to be uncomfortable, or I'm safe being uncomfortable. This is a season, not a sentence.
Or this too shall pass.
I like that. Let's go with
Let's
it.
just keep it simple. This too shall pass. Everyone says it. Everyone, we didn't create it. Alrighty, same as usual. If you are driving, do not close your eyes. But if you're not, please do. We're going to do the 4, 7, 8. This too shall pass. Whatever you're going through it can be easy to somebody or it can be hard. Whatever you're going through, it is valid for you. So we're going to inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This too shall pass. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This too shall pass.
All right, guys. See you next week.